Well, we're back.
I don't. We're
Well, not
back and
we.
we can't run. We can't see right now, but we actually.
Not we. Just me, because Noah's gone. We're back. Instead, I have his
We're back and we can't run.
somewhat
We
uglier
can't see
cousin,
right now, but
Jay.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I always love being the lesser of the two.
If it makes you feel any better, you've been hitting the gym, so now you're stronger than him.
Ah, I gotta one up somewhere. All right, we've got the stream going.
Now we can see. Ah, the Freya band, the classic.
Ah, and, well with the Bakasura band as well. Just two classic like meta bands
A
that
little strange for Khepri,
you
though.
never want. Maybe they probably did their research on the support of the side of iFeed and probably saw he plays Kepler a lot, so they just want to take him out of it. We see an Achilles, and then on the side of questionable plays, and a Nemesis locked in for the side of iFeed.
What a great first pickup. Nemesis is so strong right now.
Yes, very much so. She is definitely a very came up with the meta definitely a lot.
Not sure how I feel about this Pele. Pele is not in the meta, but she's one of those gods where if you know what you're doing, you can do pretty well on her.
That is very true. Is the same with seeing Crispy Wolf before. They have shown that they play Pele a good amount. So probably going on one of his good comfort picks and trying to see what they can do this game.
This the Chernobog pick is a little questionable. Not exactly in the meta at the moment.
Oh, maybe they're going the side of comfort, So I always say, comfort over meta. If you're gonna pick a meta god, but you have no clue how to play them, don't play them. So if you
Unless it's
want to just
Freya.
go with pure comfort picks, unless it's Freya, let's go with yeah. Because level 20 Freya, you don't want to see that thing, no matter who's holding the sticks or the keyboards or the mouses, or whatever platform you playing on.
I like the Umoja band. That's a good band.
Yes, Umoja is always, well, in my opinion, the best support out there, and is always a menace on the field. See a
Although Umoja's not
Angi.
exactly easy to play.
She is not easy to play, but if you can play her to its fullest ability, you will do so much work for your team. So much work. So
I
I don't
agree.
mind the ban.
As we see the Kukulkan pick up.
See a Cuckoo Khan. Yep, Cuckoo Khan picked up. Cuckoo Khan's not as haven't seen Cuckoo Khan in a while, like played mostly like that.
Not since Dan Mid played it last
Not
season.
since Dan. Well, there has been sometimes Dan Mid always, shout out to the Dan Mids of the world that play Cuckoo Khan.
Ganesha. Ganesha is a great pick into Nemesis because that silence takes off the shield. You don't even have to hit it.
Does it actually? I did not know that.
Well, it is any hard control, any hard crowd control takes it off, and the Ganesha silence counts as hard crowd control,
Hmm.
just like a Nox 2.
Can you put that in my notes of when I play Nemesis Jungle? Okay.
I love Nemesis Jungle, but I haven't had a chance to pull it out yet in the league.
I love Nemesis Jungle. Probably one of my favorite things out there. So much fun.
I think this soul lane is going to be interesting. The Kakon into the Achilles.
An OG matchup of the times. I've seen that matchup so many times in that soul lane, whether it's casuals, ranked, even in this league, I've seen that matchup numerous times, and
Those are just two
time for
guys
another
that are.
round of it.
Those are just two guys that are super strong.
Yeah, like they never really fall out of the soul lane meta right there. They're always just gonna be solid picks no matter what.
Well, now you guys are looking at this beautiful red and black screen with my name, and if you notice, my name is
Beautiful.
slightly higher than King J's.
Yes, but my name is slightly bigger.
I would like to take that the being higher up on the board is better, but
Bigger is better than higher. Yeah.
bigger isn't better if you're lower on the tier list.
Best support last season.
Um, um, I was in the running for most improved player. Does that count? Yeah.
Anyways, how do you feel about these team comps, Dookie, that we've seen those picks so far? How you
I
feel about
think
those picks over there?
I think when you have Nemesis, Discordia, Athena, Kakulin, it's really hard to fight into. Especially, I like that they have the Athena and Medusa because Athena taunt into Medusa ult is scary because then you
Yes,
have to look at them
definitely. So,
as the game starts
seems
up
we.
here.
Mhm.
We see the Kukulkan dragon skin, such a cool skin. So we noticed that for some reason Achilles started. Wait a minute, is it Ganesha solo?
It's looking like a Ganesha solo. Oh,
That changes the entire solo lane.
that definitely does. I mean, it lets you go a more aggressive warrior in the duo lane over there, which means you're going to try and play on that aggression and get as much as you can in the early game with that Achilles. And then in solo lane, instead of trying to box out the Kukan or trade with him, now you just sit back and just stall basically, and you just make the waves come to you, and you just farm like that.
So we see Pele and them both opt for Blink instead of beads. I don't know how good that might be.
Uh, it, yeah, it depends on if you really feel that CC is going to stop your ganks, then yeah, definitely get a blink. But if you're just gonna feel like I'm gonna put my pressure on there, I don't care about this CC, then
As this
by all
Achilles is putting
means go
in,
that aggressive.
this Achilles is putting in work in the dual lane
Oh,
as they
ooh,
force them back into their tower.
yep, a warrior in duo. That's what you want to see out of a warrior there. Just put your pressure up there.
I wonder if Ganesha could have had that type of pressure.
Not as much as Achilles. Achilles is what that early damage that you're getting off with
A
your abilities
great
in your kit.
stun. A root, sorry. We might see a kill here. A great
Yeah.
kill by... Oh, a gank. I, I guess the blink paid
Wow.
off. Make
That
me eat
was
my
a
own words, Nem.
comes Peelit. They're trying to see what she could do, but it looks like she decides that both her teammates are dead. I'ma just get this Alpha Harpy.
Sometimes that's all you can do. You show up too late and you say, hey, I'll just take some farm.
Yeah. Take
Ganesha
something
forced
from
to
my
sit
trouble.
under his tower.
Yep, that's Ganesha solo. You sitting and you waiting. You ain't going farther.
Until level 5. Then you catch them on that line and it's GG's.
Ooh, if you get that, look, that always feels nice. As a Ganesha player, because we both are, when you hit that 3 on the line of your ult, it just feels amazing right there.
The most satisfying feeling is getting a kill as Ganesha off of that combo.
Yes.
When
My.
there's nobody else around and you say, never mind, I got this.
We see a nice little, slap fight in mid lane, out of all places.
I
Just,
want to see the
getting
slap
their
fight going
fun.
on in right lane. With that Ganesha in Kukulin, that slap fight might be something interesting.
Yeah, but Ganesha is not going to want to do that. Ganesha is not gonna have fun doing that at all. He's gonna want to just get what he can and just avoid fighting as much as he can.
As he silences Kukulin to get away. We
Yeah.
might see a gank here from the Pele, though. Missed the knockup. That's a shame.
Oh, she could not blink as the minions turned on her and turned off her relic, so she couldn't blink into the column to get that knockup.
She will help secure this blue though.
Speaking about Ganesha, he has decided not to go a relic to start off. I've seen that a lot of you just don't go a relic and you see how your first appearance in Soul Lane goes, and then after you could determine what you want. Now, how do you feel about that start in the solo?
If you're playing a solo god who has a lot of pressure early game, and you think you might pressure them out and you can use a different relic, then yes. But on Ganesha, where you're sort of expecting to not have any pressure, I think you might just buy the teleport off the bat. But there's no harm in doing it. You still get your teleport at the same time.
Is true. There is no harm in just going no relic starting off.
Unless you wanted to commit to that blink. Because if you commit to blink, it can get you a lot of early damage, early kill potential in the solo lane.
Yes.
Athena has already rotated to middle lane. I wonder if Athena might just sit there. What do you think, Jay? As a support main.
Well, I'm always an aggressive support. I kind of like to show my presence. Like mid lane might be a little bit of where you stay most of the time, but I like to just show up in every lane here and there. I feel Athena right now, level 4. She's probably waiting to reach level 5 if she does right now. She's probably gonna sit in mid lane for a little while, stay around, try to put a pressure on this Cuckoo.
Discordia got the Cuckoo Conbees. That might be great setup for an Athena dash. Just never mind. Athena is ulting. Did Athena ult over to dual lane? Athena
She
did ult over
did.
dual lane. And Chernobog ulted as a result. He just went straight up, straight down, and they let him get away with that. They should have been waiting for him at the bottom.
I guess they expected him to dive into them, but smart on Kernbach to not and just wait out his ult as much as he can and then just dash the way out.
So we see Achilles tried to make his way over to right lane, but he kind of just turned around. Maybe that might not be the best option for him. He'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, he's probably just looking. He may be just looking for a little bit more, see what the timers are looking like. But right now, him showing up to that soul lane won't really make a difference. You have a Ganesha on your team. Unless Ganesha has ult, you have no real true initiate damage coming out of that soul lane. So
I mean,
you
they
just have
could
to wait it out a
Achilles
little bit.
ult, Ganesha root to knock up.
There's so many things happening at once.
It takes coordination, but it's possible.
It takes a lot of coordination, but it can work.
So,
But
what do you think about Ganesha going for lifesteal boots here instead of cooldown?
well, as we see, PLA trying to clean him, trying to get Ganesh more pressure. I don't mind it at all. See, the thing about lifesteal boots is that everybody looks at the lifesteal, but you don't realize it gives you 20 more power than your cooldown boots. And when you're playing a Guardian in solo, you kind of need that power in order to clear out those lane minions against Kukulin. So going the lifesteal boots, I don't blame it at all. You get some little sustain coming from the boots. You get
And
more
Neb
power
picks
than
up
if you
a
did
big kill
cooldown,
in
if
right
anything.
lane on the Pele. I think Neb might have blinked for that, did she? This
Yes.
Nemesis is
Yes.
making that blink work. I
Yeah.
thought she might have needed beads.
No, I feel she's just getting in, getting out, and just getting that blink off to get those kills.
Athena in middle lane now. Nem with the big ult on the Achilles. Is she gonna get it? Oh, just barely.
See, Nemesis is putting so much pressure in these lanes right now, being
She's doing a
everywhere.
great job.
Yeah.
I think this Medusa might have to back now. No mana? As she
Definitely
does.
keeps the one. Definitely gonna want to back. You already have the Kernabog low. He's not gonna be inclined to start pushing up more with his health bar.
Pele is sort of the exact opposite of the Nemesis. Nem seems to be just in the right place at the right time, and Pele seems to just be a second late on her rotations.
Yeah, it's just like Pele is kind of looking a little confused right now. Doesn't know exactly where she needs to be at the right time, even though she's going in on that Discordia, but Discordia will just dash out.
Pele is one of those guys where you need to always be doing something.
Yeah,
She's
can't
useless just standing around waiting.
you can't be waiting around for you gotta have a plan, knowing where you want to be, where you need to be. Seems we
Um,
have a little issue with spectator right now, but as it goes on, we can see builds. And Duke, I want your opinion on Nemesis. Instead of going Golden Blade into Boots, she's gonna go Golden Blade into Hasten. Do you like just going all the swords, or do you
this
feel
is a
Boots
mistake.
fits her better?
This is a mistake that I used to make all the time on Nemesis. I used to go Golden Blade, Hasty Katana, and then just finish the swords off. But the amount of move speed that you get by going boots and then all the swords is crazy. Nobody can catch you. It's so useful, and to be honest, it's also a lot cheaper to just get boots.
Yes, that was what I was about to say. Like, just it's a cheap option that still gives you power, attack speed, and a lot of movement speed going. So I would prefer boots, but to each their own. Maybe he's used to going the full katana build, and if it don't break, I forgot
So
the saying. So yeah,
I noticed that Ganesha, Kakulin went for a Stone of Gaia there on the against the Ganesha, but Ganesha doesn't seem to be hitting his knockup often enough to proc it. So, what do you think? Maybe just for the ult knockup combo?
probably the old knockup combo. I feel like it's smart to build the Stone of Gaia. You always get that HP. You always get that health, that HP 5. You get the passive proc if he hits the 3. And I feel it's one of those that like it's kind of like you build it because you're facing him, not who you're facing, not like who's on the Ganesha, but you're building it because you're facing a Ganesha. So I don't mind the pickup at all. I actually like it.
It might also be smart because the Pele also has a knockup coming out of the jungle, and that's her primary way of ganking. So you send her a strong message,
Yes,
just say, "Hey, you're not coming over here."
yes. Try to get her to not show up to that soul lane. As much as junglers don't really enjoy the soul lane because you're diving into a tanky opponent, so it's gonna be even harder to get some kills out of there. But try to deter her from keeping her away, making sure that she doesn't decide to go help out this Ganesha.
There are a lot of items he could have gone against the Ganesha. Personally, I believe if he had gone Runic Shield, the Ganesha already has a hard time clearing. Make it harder. Now you can fight into him a little bit better. That's a possibility.
That is a possibility. You could have gone Runic Shield right there. Still, yeah, Runic Shield, Gem of ISO, I definitely would have got if I was Kukulin. He's probably just like Runic Shield's probably he probably didn't go it
Did
either
you
for like
say?
preference or like for
Did you
what?
just say Gem of ISO on Kakulin?
Did I say Gem of ISO and not Stone of Gaia? Yes, I
Yes.
did. I apologize to all those out there. I keep getting those two mixed up. That is not. They are not the same item. Stone of Gaia. I meant. I I rather a Stone of Gaia on him.
You know what else might have been a great option? He could have
What?
also gone for Sledge. Sledge is always super strong.
Leg is always strong out there. Though, do you get Sledge? Would you get Sledge if you were in his position? What would be your second item after
I would have gone
you know
Runic
your
Shield,
boots?
honestly.
You
Ganesha
would
has
got
such little clear. Anything I can do to make the Ganesha feel worse about his pick, even better for me.
Yeah, very much so. Yes. So it seems we had a little issue with the spectators, so now we're just rewatching the first few minutes of the game. You know, anything could happen. Redo. So Oh, I see we're speeding through right now.
Oh, this Ganesh is moving mad. He's speed hacking.
He's speed. You can't speed hack in front of me, guys. God damn.
Somebody call high res.
Someone call Iris.
I'm sure they care about the Reap Smite League.
The RSL SDL.
Kakalin could have maybe had that kill on the Ganesha here if he had hit his abilities.
As we
Instead, he got a totem.
see. Gotta.
Oh, he speed hacks again.
Yes. It's Medusa with the double kill. I didn't see that one coming.
Kakalin is just beating him with his paddle.
Don't worry, Don. We all love you.
Speed hack! Speed hack!
Ooh.
Oh, I've never seen Smite this speed.
So, if you ever want to see a Smite Conquest game with all 10 hackers, this is the game you're watching.
Everybody speed hacks this game.
Body speed.
No.
No. Oh, they can't hear me? Oh, okay. Well,
I believe the game might have been around 10 minutes.
yeah. It, is it keeping you from fast forwarding? Ah.
Bear with us, guys. I'm sorry we're having some technical difficulties. Our main man Dino over here is doing everything he can. Although, if you want, you can blame the new owner of the league, Jay. We could talk about that for a second.
You
As
know, I just let it happen. Smite is Smite. I don't control this spectator. Everybody who spectated before, you know the issues of spectator mode in Smite.
I don't know. I don't think our old owner Reap would have allowed this.
So anyway, Ganesha's doing so well in that soul lane right there. Yeah.
Surprised that Ganesh is holding his own. I didn't want to believe it, but he's not doing a horrible job.
He is not. You can see by the way the fast forward ahead, but you can see how his game plan is literally just put damage where he can and then just peace out of there, just keep himself safe, try and buy his time in that lane.
I think he's going to do exactly what most solo laners do. He's going to clear the wave, then run away. It's like a slapbox lane. Although Kakala got a pretty good zone off on him here, setting him behind a little bit. Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all. You are facing Ganesha who has less damage than you and everything. You kind of want to show your dominance in this lane and making sure that Ganesha is not getting farm.
Ganesha needed to back here. Look at his health. What is he thinking?
I think we have reached the part that we have lagged out of. I think
Not
because
yet, because Kakala already had Stone of Gaia when we left off.
yes, yeah, you're correct. All right, we playing it back from here, Mister Director Dino has stated.
So I guess we just
As
comment from here.
yes, we do. So Nemesis with the blink and kill on the Pele.
Well, Blink is always useful, but I still think she should have gone the deeds.
No, she's doing a lot of work with that blink so far. Gotten 2 kills off of the blink.
Oh, Nem! This is where Nem almost had the kill. I felt bad for her here.
So close with that kill.
She could have auto canceled. Probably might have gotten it. This is where Trinabog was just forced under his tower.
Yes, so this is when Dusa has to go home for mana, and
Pele just half a second too late. So Val, what are your opinions of this game and these teams?
Well, right now, iFeed is doing a pretty considerable job in all these lanes. The mid is just keeping it even with the Discordia. Ganesha's just wait, I have mixed it up. Okay, so the Discordia is keeping it even as she just backs and just stays safe from the Pele gank. She's just keeping it even with the Kuko Khan. Kukulkan's, showing his dominance against the Ganesha. Medusa's doing a good job boxing out the Kernenbog, and then there's that Nemesis over there, just blinking and engaging, being in every lane.
Honestly, I'm surprised Cohen hasn't ganked yet. Cohen has to rotate out of his lane as soon as possible. He has a level lead on Ganesha. And Ganesha, frankly, isn't going to rotate as hard as you. You're so
No.
much more impactful.
And you could
That
definitely turn the tide of the mid lane if you go ahead and go into that lane. You already have the pressure in solo. You can just get more pressure going for the mid lane over there.
That is, unless Ganesha can hit that ult knock-up combo. I'm going to keep saying it. That combo hurts.
That combo hurts. No one understands until you get caught.
You could play Ganesha jungle if you wanted to, if you could hit that combo consistently.
Okay. I don't know about all that, but
If you build full damage on Ganesha, his ult does more damage than Anubis ult.
yeah, but then you're gonna get 0 kills. Where's the stat sheet at?
I don't need the stat sheet if my team is winning. That's the winning jungler mentality. Oh, there's a team fight! Oh, what the? Pele ult? Oh, oh, Discordia missed the ult. Nem is chasing. Nem can't get this kill. Turnabout comes in. Are they gonna look to turn this? No, they say we might just take our red camp and back off now. This is a gold call for iFeed. Great call on their part.
Yeah, great engaging, great call on that. You took out
Cuckoo looks to steal.
steal.
Just not enough.
Oh, so close.
That could have been so spicy.
Oh, just a little bit later, and you would have got it. That would have been in the top 5s. Coming out soon, by the way.
Novel Worm was so close there. This could be a kill on the Chernabog.
Definitely could.
That might have been a useless ult by Athena.
Might have been if she would have. She kind of missed also the taunt as well, but Medusa's still out there to get that damage going.
You know, Nem could just live on this Ganesha because Ganesha has to use his dash to clear in addition to his one. He's not going to full clear with just the one.
Hey, just wait for him to burn his dash on the wave, and then you just dive in right there. Then he has no escape unless he pops his ult on himself.
Which, honestly, is your only option. And like I said before, it does a lot of damage, so why not, right?
Oh my god. You
Before
see,
you might get caught out here.
Yes, she does.
That's exactly what I was talking about with the Achilles. Achilles ult just secures so many kills.
Yeah, no one likes an execute, and Achilles support doesn't need any damage to hit that execute.
Although, questionable ult by Kukulkan here. Although, I guess you could call that a questionable play.
Gotta stick with the team name. I like it.
iFeed, though, not feeding. They said we are iFeed, but you feed.
This isn't iFeed. This is iFrag right now.
I feed more like I feast.
It's gonna go.
Oh, he didn't hit the combo.
Body block on the line.
No, but look, he's getting totem with the ult. Never mind. Never mind.
Ganesha falls right there.
Big ult. Are they gonna get this Achilles in his own tower?
It's looking like it. Team Bird, but Nemesis jumps in for that kill. But they're in a bad position right now.
Paling just chasing this Cullen when she could have turned on Nem 10 seconds ago. Double kill by Cuckoo Khan! That, my friends, was not a questionable play. That is a great play.
Oh,
Is she going to get the
novel
Discordia?
rim.
No. She got the
Yes,
Discordia.
she
Questionable
does.
place, turning it around. They said, "You are iFeed. Feed me."
As the totem sits there, just one hit away to be taken. Just an amazing turnaround by questionable plays. That Kuko hitting a double off through the wall.
iFeed would
Like
have won that team fight if they got Totem.
I
Totem's so
know.
important.
So important. Like if
If Totem is up,
I'll totem you don't win the game.
if
Just
Totem
how
is
it
up
is.
and Fire Giant are up, you go behind the wall and you hit that Totem.
Exactly. You pop your abilities through the wall. Take out the totem and then you take fire.
Like a man.
Like a man.
That is what a gentleman does.
As
As they
they
take
go ahead
Pyro
and
here.
take this fire.
They said we couldn't get
Cook
Totem, but we might get Pyro.
We could call them that. They seems like questionable plays don't have it warded, so just an easy take so far.
It
Get
was
some
free.
gold back. Yeah.
How do you feel about the Karen's coin on Cuckoo Khan?
I feel like Kukan enough. I know Kukan loves to use his passive to get his damage, which requires you to build a lot more of like mana power build, so you see a lot of books on him. Um I do like how gives you that magical penetration. He doesn't really have any flat pen yet, so it doesn't really do as much as you want it. But if you could stack it and then get some flat pen going, like you can do a lot of work right there.
I don't know, Jay. I think he could have benefited from Spear of the Magus here.
He definitely could have benefited from Spirit of the Maggots if he
Nem with
wanted
his
to go a
ult
pen
on
route.
the Achilles. As Chernenberger ults in, we know he gets the mitigations. He is winning this fight against Medusa. This might be a Medusa kill. Medusa turns it and Medusa kills him. Medusa might be out. Great rotation by Cucullin. They collapsed on questionable plays.
It seems the Ganesha ran in for a dash. He's gonna die for that.
Another questionable play.
Yeah. Just
Kukulkan only hitting the front line. Another questionable play. This is just. Well, I get where they get their name from.
however, the Cuckoo did start off that fight by getting a kill with his ult. He has been hitting these ults besides the questionable one at the beginning. He has done a lot of it. And we see Winions pushing onto this tier 2 right now. Someone's gonna have to go clear those out, because that's gonna
That might do some significant damage to the tower.
yeah, and no one's there to clear it.
17 minutes in, they might take a quarter of that tower's health.
Here comes the other minions. Fighting back. Forget the battleground of the gods. This is the battleground of the minions right now.
Oh, one minion falls!
Oh.
And Ganesh is here. He said, "This is not a minion fight. I am a god."
It does do significant amount. It does do a good amount of damage to that tower.
That's almost a half of the tower gone already. To minions.
No. Shout out to the minions in the world.
You know, if this were real life, we would be the minions, because we're definitely not gods, Jay.
I know. Shout out to us.
A wasted ult by
Ooh.
Medusa.
She
As
was
Trenabot lands on the Discordia. Discordia ult missed.
Mars to get away. Maybe a fight break out, but no, they're just gonna stare each other, do a mid lane dance, see, feel each other out, see what
Everybody
the
loves a
other
good
team does.
everybody loves a good mid lane dance. You know where you should rather dance? At Fire Giant.
That fire giant.
Because my team and I had a rather long dance at Fire Giant the other day with Max Mode. Didn't work out well for us, but it happened and it was quite fun. We just kind of stood around, walked a little.
I always have a question about the mid slash fire dance and dances in general. So nothing really, you don't really move anywhere. You're going back and forth, so you can still get hit with the same abilities. Why does every player do it? That's the question.
The goal with the dance is to see who is going to step out of line first.
Hmm.
Because if you make a play and I can react to it in time, I win. And then Fire Giant is mine. As we see, Medusa says, I'm going to 1v1 this carry. Kukulkan with a big ult.
Oh, but the current box
Turnabout shuts
shuts
down the
down.
Medusa. And he's turning on the net. Nope, Nem got him.
And then got him. And that's how it end a 2-for-2 trade.
Uh, on one hand, you lose the carry in the jungle for the support in the carry. I would much rather lose my support than my jungle. So
That
I,
is
I think iFeed won that fight. And Kukulkan is still Kukulkan is still going here. He says, and he takes out the Ganesha. Now you've lost the solo also. 2 for 3. And the mid lane probably? Unless Kukulkan can get there in time. And he can't. The tower
not.
falls.
I was gonna say before Ganesha died was you did take out Vile Artist, who's doing considerable amount of damage on the Medusa, so it would have been a good win. But then you lost Ganesha, and then you lost your tier 1. You might lose his Power Mance if no one's there.
iFeed confirms that they're fine. Hey Valentine, what do you think about Nemesis not going hastened?
Forgoing the hasten to get thing. Now that is a little bit questionable for me. You're not gonna have the stick as you would with the hasten. And if you were not gonna go hasten, I would have preferred boots so you could have like a fake stick because you would have the movement speed for it. So
Nemesis has an
I
continue. I'm sorry.
no, just keep going.
Nemesis does have an easy time sticking because she does have her ult, which is a slow, and her 2 is a slow, and a double
Yeah,
dash.
that is very true. But even then you have to pop all his abilities, which Nemesis kind of wants to because she does have serrated edge,
A questionable shield from
but
Nemesis here.
probably doesn't want to take any damage from the PLA's one.
Nem is lurking in the jungle. She's just waiting for a team fight to happen because she's ready to pick someone off.
Does she have her blink? No, her blink doesn't come up for 30 seconds, so she's just waiting it out.
Pele has blink.
Ganesha started the fight with his and
Oh, just barely missed the Kukulkan. Oh, you hate to see it. As
you
Nem is
really
chasing down
do.
this Kukulkan. She might have had it if she had had hasten.
Still get the Ganesha from it as well. That's
Can
very
we take a
true.
look at the
Without
player
that
damage?
hasten, yeah. Yes.
Kukulkan is trying everything he can to keep his team in this.
Oh, he gets a kill on the Nemesis. Oh, wow. Nemesis must have tried to get what she can, but just got caught out by the Kukulkan.
See, this is the problem when you go something like Ganesha solo. Your solo is supposed to do damage. He's supposed to rotate to the middle lane and start a fight. When did they
Yes.
take that left Phoenix? Chernobog is so sneaky.
He took the Phoenix and then ulted back to mid lane during that
That's
fight.
brilliant. Good job, Chernobog. 2 claps.
Ooh, 2 claps. You might not have shown like in the stats wise that it seems like that, but you are pushing that lane
However, that's going to be an Oni Fury. But the Oni Fury is fighting fire minions in left lane, so the left lane might not be a question. It is great that Chernobog took that left Phoenix, because now that might be an easy setup for Fire Giant.
Yes. See, them start to initiate, dive into that back line.
Achilles is out of position. He's in the middle of the fight. Kukulkan misses another ult.
And he was getting good with them earlier, but now he's kind of dying out with the aim as
This
they
team fight is strongly in iFeed favor. As they're diving the tower, they get the kill. That's a tier 2 tower.
definitely a tier 2 tower. And I
Actually, no. Pele comes back with Kukulkan. She says, nope, you're not taking this. This is mine.
see
They're diving her again.
Nemesis is
This might be a kill on the Pele. They pop Frenzy. Medusa's chasing her down. Athena's going into the jungle chasing Pele. That might not be a great idea, Athena.
this
You're
is
out of position.
not a good idea.
And Athena gets caught
Oh.
out. What would you have liked to see them do, Valentine?
As Cucullin's running away on low health, Pele blinks on the Cucullin, knocks him up, gets the one,
Is it another kill?
Will this be another kill?
No, it's a death.
Oh.
Cucullin barely evading death.
Good save on Discordia's part. So I felt with iFeed, I wouldn't have agreed to take that fight. You kind of have an issue of already your team from the previous fight had half health. You're trying to push the tier 2. You can't push it because there's 2 people sitting there. Right there, you kind of just need to be like, okay, we can't get them. We just back right now. Get the farm that we can. There were gold, Empire wasn't up. You could have kind of backed and then maybe try to push into that fire giant because you had 5v2, I believe. So I believe that what should have been played. Instead, they got a little bit greedy, trying to get those kills, and they did. It did cost them the Athena. It was kind of a little bit sloppy on their end. But it looks like they're aiming for that fire giant now. They might be trying to do that fire giant dance, but if you see in left lane, the firemen are pushing up onto that left Phoenix and it's about to come up. You might need to send someone back to go take care of those fire minions before they get into that Phoenix. But it looks like it won't be happening.
Those fire minions might
Instead,
take the Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh no,
Discordia
Discordia is back. Will she be in time? Yes, she will.
She stops it. Great save by Discordia. Chernobog soloing the Pyromancer right now.
Chernobog soloing Pyromancer. I am surprised. You have seen the Discordia go all the way to the left lane. Well, actually, no. Never mind. I was about to say put your pressure up more, but you kind of are
Chernobog
a little bit
over
under
into
level.
left lane. He's looking at this Discordia. Athena says, I'll follow. And now they turn on the Chernobog.
They're going to jump on this Chernobog.
This
Chernobog doesn't have an ult.
That's a dead Chernobog. Great job rotating. And Cucullin's staying in that fight. He says, if you're going to come that way, I'll stay here.
Yep.
Oh, Kukulkan so close to getting the Medusa.
What?
Ganesha, again, just not in the right place at the right time. So out of position. Medusa just barely getting out with her life.
Ooh.
They got the support. Once again, Discordia is she playing support?
I guess she is. She's just rooting them and putting up damage and is backing out so her team can finish them off.
Not a bad job by Discordia.
Back out of sit in that back line, do your damage.
We've seen double jungle.
Welcome to mid.
We've seen a triple front line. I have never seen a mid lane support.
Mid lane support, new meta.
Nem now opted to go maybe into a tankier build with a sledge. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yes. I am confusion, but
I do like this Medusa build though. Maybe except the Silver Branch.
dude,
Not sure about the Silver Branch.
I don't mind the silver rank. You get that attack speed, you get the passive going. You could get something going with that. I know. I don't play carry, but still, I kind of like silver rank.
There are so many better options coming out of the carry lane.
Yeah, that's very true. I still like it though. It's kind of.
Could you imagine if you
I
put
like
a
the
raise
passive.
there instead? And she was critting? Is she at max attack speed?
Yeah, with her two's attack speed buff, yes, definitely so.
Never mind then. If she's at max attack speed, I guess the Silver Branch might work for her stem.
Yeah, as there's a big fight happening in mid lane right now.
And who's that dead? And Pele got picked off. Sinister Wolf's on low health. He has to run away. This should be a fire call. They're in their Phoenixes. Yeah. I think it is a fire call. They're going to run over the fire?
They're rotating out there. They will pass by those wards to get to the fire, so questionable plays knows that they're there.
It is enhanced fire giant. This could take a second.
No, and Ganesha's about to run up right now. Will he be in time? I don't think so. We'll pop an O on it.
He steals it with the Ganesha ult.
He steals it.
And then a double kill from Kuku Khan.
The ultimate, he hit it.
And now Achilles is running amok in the back line.
Wow.
Remember when I told you Ganesha ult does a lot of damage?
Ganesha ult secure. I will say that iFeed did do something weird where all four of them got hit with the knockup by the fire giant, which prevented them from, being able to get those last hits. But Ganesha's out here.
Look at this Achilles full committing to the dive mentality, getting the Emperor's armor. He says, these structures will not hit me.
Yes. Questionable plays is putting in a lot of damage. Now there's a little confusion on the part of Pele. Pele's going for the speed while they're taking the left Phoenix.
They did have Fire Giant on. So
they do have Fire Giant on. Even
are
then,
they all going to die?
That's what it's looking like. Pele just left them to die.
Cherno might get out though. Pele's there waiting for him. Pele says, I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. Our support is dead, but I'm here.
Oh. You took 2 Phoenixes and all you lost was your support.
Great trade.
Great trade. Shouldn't have died because you should have had your all 5 team there, but still better than nothing. Or, better than having your whole team die.
A lot better than having your whole team die.
Yeah.
So, we see a lot of Aegises on questionable plays. They could learn a thing or two from that atrocity game and just go all shells.
All shells.
Especially
Why not?
Nemesis.
Especially to that Nemesis and the 10-2 Medusa with max attack speed. See, we got 1 shell on the Ganesha, the man, the myth, the legend. And
And then the other shell on their support. Great pickup by him. This Ganesha solo might not be the worst thing.
I feel like Ganesha solo, you kind of tell yourself, yeah, I'm not gonna win this lane, and I'm probably gonna get bullied early and mid. But late game, when I'm basically another support, I'm gonna do work in these team fights.
I will say this: he is 0-8.
Yeah, but that doesn't change.
As DM
You're
Brendan once said,
Ganesha.
how
You're
do you
not
not
getting
have a
kills.
single kill on Ganesha?
Well, he didn't build full damage this time. Boom.
He has 8 damage item.
Oh damn, boy. Wait, I think he has 2. He might have 2. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong person.
He's building into a second damage
Oh,
item.
he's building into a second one. So he does have 2. Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah,
if that's
man, you
going to
need
be
a
a
kill.
Soul Reaver.
It's definitely gonna be a Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver Ganesha is always slap hard.
What about a Poly Ganesha? Could you imagine an ult root on the line into a
We don't
Ganesha?
talk about Poly Ganesha. We don't talk about Poly Ganesha.
Poly Ganesha could be something special.
As
As
the
you see,
pillars
Taylor getting caught out.
Oh,
Questionable positioning. Did Chernobog just land on the Nemesis?
yes, he did.
Nemesis is going to chase him down. He's turning.
Yeah, he's turning. He has
That
lifesteal.
upgraded shell is putting in work.
Oh, he got the kill.
kill.
Oh.
Great job by the Chernobog turning.
It was so busy fighting. 2 minions are running into that time room. They're gonna have to back, and they can't get anything with those kills. They have to take them out.
This is actually not. This is a quite competitive game, despite the kill difference. There's been a lot of ping ponging going back and forth, as those 2 Phoenixes are coming back up in just a second.
Yeah. It was seeming like it was iFeed's game to lose, but now Questionable Plays is coming back. So there is one item that while we were speaking, Dino was glossing over. Emperor's armor on Achilles. How do you feel about Emperor's armor in general?
He is full committing to the dive. He said, I'm diving you, you're not diving me. Into a comp with an Athena Cucullin. Could be strong. I don't like the item by itself, not all entirely good, but if you're committed to that mentality, not horrible.
If you're committed to the mentality of I'm gonna be the first one in here, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna slow down the Phoenix so my team can finally get that damage going across. It's
If we
I
think about
guess
it, it could be why they got both Phoenixes and only one person died.
I think it was less of Emperor's armor, more of EFG. Though
No. Don't disregard the Emperor's armor.
Emperor's armor for the win.
It was an enhanced fire giant, but they didn't have Totem of Cool going at the time.
That is very true. Totemoku won them that fight, definitely 100%. All hail the totem.
We don't really see much going on right now. It's a little bit of a standstill as they're just clearing out waves, pushing waves in.
I think Questionable Plate is gonna have 4 going up left, so iFeed has to go there, and they have Kernenbog split pushing on the right side. Bucket Cullen senses it out and he's already there.
Cullen is here. Did Chernobog ult over there?
No, he's ulting now. Out. But where is he gonna land? Lands for his team.
He should have ulted to the Nemesis shadow that would have been at the fire giant if he had waited just a half a second.
He does ult to his team, dashes into the wall and then gets out. Now he's going for the Gold Fury by himself. It's an Oni Fury too. He they took out the towers. They're gonna do damage to these Phoenix if they get there. Ooh, they taken her out. Oh, questionable plays is putting in that damage, getting 2 kills so far. They're gonna keep pushing up, try to get these other kills here. Misses the execute, but still takes him out.
Discordia ult to try to say something. She does get nope. Never mind. A great sanctuary. This potentially could be game.
Chile, you have 3 gone. You have all 5 of your players right now. Looks like they're just gonna play the safe route, take out these Phoenixes. Even then, looks like now they're gonna go into that Titan room. Now they're gonna try and put more damage on that
The
Titan.
Ganesha ult putting in work on the Titan. The damage. And that's going to be game. Questionable plays did a great job coming back because they were down early.
Yes, questionable plays with the Ganesha. Dano has informed me from if you have watched me and Dano's last casting together, he did mess up my entire stat book and skip out of the game last time. But I got this game now, so Dookie, how do you
Yes, sir.
feel about how that game went?
I think iFeed might have thrown that game because they were so far ahead early on. Nem did a great job of putting her team ahead. And then it seemed like they just threw it all away at the very end.
Yeah, I feel iFeed had the pressure and everything going into the beginning and mid game. Like they were keeping themselves good in lanes. Nemesis was everywhere getting those kills. But it's like once it got to late game, questionable plays were just playing like a team and just being able to turn fights on the whim off of a few ults. The Ganesha ult and the Kukulkan ult, when it hit, was turning fights like nothing. Though
Well,
I do say, let's see.
I
Okay.
think the difference in this game, the Ganesha solo.
Ganesha in general. That's what it was. It was that Ganesha. Didn't do much. Kind of got bullied out by the Cullen, early and mid. But like when it got to late game, he was just at the right place at the right time, popping that where it needed to be. And he was just out here just helping his team around, even with the momentum shift that he had by stealing the Fire Giant.
That was, in my opinion, was the defining point in the game. The game was
Yes.
more or less iFeed's game to lose at that point, and then they threw Fire Giant by letting Ganesha take it.
Yeah, once Ganesha took it, that was it. The momentum was on questionable plays, and they just ran with it.
Well, I guess we'll just have to prepare for the second game. What do you think iFeed could do differently in the second game to help them win?
You just need to not drop your lead. You had the lead going in to that late game. You kind of got a little carried away with your win, as you saw with how like they would try and chase kills into towers, chase kills into Phoenix, instead of taking those objectives. Kills don't win games. Objectives wins games, as you could see in this game, because Ganesha getting that Fire Giant turned that game around in their favor, in Questionable Blade's favor. So you kind of just need to play a little bit more safer, not chase those kills, get those objectives, get those things warded, so you can see the Ganesha running up like that, because you guys were a little bit late in the zoning, and that's why Ganesha was able to pass by the I believe it was Cullen who went to go zone, pass by the Cullen and just go ahead and take it. So you just have to play a safer game, more to the books.
At some point in this game, the other caster Lucio will be coming in for me, so that is to be noted. But
Yes.
for now, I'm still here for the second game as we look at the picks and bans. What are you looking to see out of first ban Kukulkan? They are not messing around this game with that Kukulkan. He was so instrumental in turning those fights.
I, that Kuko Khan's turned so many fights when it hit. When that thing hit, it was a beauty. So I do not blame them for that. See the Cthulhu and Freya bands, regular meta bands that you do not want to see in the game. Understandable.
Although that Cullen ban now, I wonder if they're gonna run Ganesh solo again.
Run it back. It was doing work late game. Run it back.
I will not complain if he runs it again.
No, they banned the
They
connection.
banned it out. They said if we can't have our solo, you don't have your solo.
I do not blame them. That connection was also Ganesha and Kukulkan Khan was turning fights like it was nothing. See, they lock in the Achilles again. Achilles was doing work in that support lane. So, well,
He did pressure them out early and
dual
gave them an early lead.
yeah. And
There's going
that,
to be a Bakasura jungle.
however, it was actually on the other team that Achilles was doing the pressure. So they took the Achilles away from questionable plays.
Oh, they're flipping the script.
Yeah.
And now they're going to get a Terra.
See, they have a Terra pick.
And they
And
get
they
the
also
Medusa again.
have. Yeah, I definitely run back Medusa. That Medusa was doing so much damage. Was a shining light in that team, so definitely you could run that one back. And then the Terra probably going the way into the support lane. I always love a good Terra. That O is always sneaky when it comes to damage, so don't mind it at all.
As we see the Cerberus locked in, I wonder if that's going to the solo lane.
As the once great Rob said, so Cerberus is the best soul in the game. I don't agree with that, but you know what? It still works out there.
Are we talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Bob the Corn Cob?
The point. Yeah, but he no longer goes by the name of Rob Bob the Corn Cop. Now Mr. Hercules out there
It's Hercules with the little dots on the U.
with the two dots.
Mm-hmm.
Hercules. So, but Cerberus solo works. I feel Cerberus solo is better than Cerberus support. So if you're gonna run Cerberus, yeah, run in the solo lane.
I don't know. Cerberus support runs a lot like what's it called? A lot like warrior. As we
Yeah,
wait for Lucio to get pulled in by Dino. So I think Lucio's here now. Hi, Lucio.
Hey, Dookie, how you doing?
I'm okay. I've been doing great. So Lucio will be replacing me on this casting team.
Ah, you can't be replaced.
Of course not. I'm too
You can
special.
only be improved on. No, I'm just kidding. It's my
Alright.
honor to take your seat on this one.
So I will see you guys another time. Have a great night. Enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Bye, Jay. Bye, Lucio.
Bye, Dookie.
Oh, Mr. Lucio. See, you have joined me in the casting.
Yeah, the one and only.
The one and only.
Ah, that is a bold move. I'm not even gonna lie. Kepri into an Achilles. That is some big energy right there. That is some big energy. And I know what the implied word in between big and energy is, but I'm just gonna say it like that.
Oh, it's that big Kepri energy.
The big Kepri.
What happened?
Not afraid of any executes in this game.
Oh.
Big Kepri energy needs to be like a splash now for Reap. Dino, you need to work on that. Our very wonderful spectator for today needs to work on that.
I approve, Donald. Don't worry. I approve.
But no, I know you guys were talking about this draft so far. I love Nuwa. I really want to put that out there. I am a Nuwa stan. I think Nuwa is probably one of the, like, if you have a mid who knows how to press 4, Nuwa should be in like your top 10 gods.
It was shown last game if you caught Atrocity versus Weenie Wards that Don Q played the new Wah and pressed 4 all game to get at like close to like 12, 13 assists and 2 kills. So
Bro, like
literally going by
you get so much value after off a new ult. You're just like, yo, 4. You do it on cooldown. You're just like, oh, look at that vision. Oh, look at that damage. You get Divine Ruin. Oh, look at that anti-heal. So much value.
it's one of the few ults that you just pop to be like, where are they? I want to see where they are. And they just pop up on the map for you. It's a Skyward. That's what we needed.
A Skyward, yeah, just like the Heimdallr.
Yes. I'm Dollar Dua, the Skywards.
Oh, but no, this is gonna be. What are you feeling in this draft? You got Achilles, Terra, Medusa, Nuwa, Nike into a Scotty, Bakasura, Cerberus, Khepri, and Poseidon. What are you feeling?
Uh, they're very takey on the side of iFeed with the Achilles, Terra, and Nike. If you build them, what I think would be what you would build the Achilles did go support last time, so he's gonna build purely tanky. Terra is probably gonna build a little hybrid. Nike's about to build a little hybrid. You're just gonna have a tanky front line just diving in, and that's what they were doing last time. They were just trying to dive in and get as much pressure as they can, and they're gonna try and do that again with the Medusa and Nuwan now on the back line. So I don't blame you. You go in with your playstyle. You go in for what works for you, right there.
Yeah, I think draft identity is a super potent thing. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, for example, Medusa's not what you would think of in top 5 ADCs. That's just not the reality of it. But you got the identity behind it, and you got the skill behind it. Medusa target ban type things. At that point, you're basically saying you have to ban this away from me, or if not, I will run it through.
Yes, and Vault Artist is so much work with the Medusa last time, and he's just running it back a second time. Let's see what he does in this game now. See if he can get the same success as he could have got game 1.
Now, it might be that, the opponent, questionable plays here are just going to be like, maybe we know how to play against it this game. Or now we're a little bit more aware of what the limitations are. So there's definitely that idea. Like, picks and bans are such a mental game of chess that you're constantly saying, hey, this might be really good, but we know how to draft against it. Or now we get it and we're going to run it like this.
Yeah, you basically just playing mind games basically with yourself as well as the other team. Is like, can I handle this? Yes or no? Yes, then all right, I'm gonna let it go through. Then I'm gonna just build something around it and be able to face it again for game 2. Able to game plan more than you can.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, but I will say that what you do have on the side of questionable is a lot of stalling power. Scotty's Poseidon basically say, "Hey, look, big circle death." Cerberus able to set up that big circle of death. Bakasura able to throw out a slow, throw out minions to body block, and Khepri basically saying, "Hey, yeah, you spent all those resources killing that one dude. Unfortunate that I'm bringing him back."
That's what worked for them last game. Last game, they just tried to stall the early game, mid game. They did bleed a little bit. They were behind a lot going into mid game until finally got to late game. They had some very nice plays with, the Ganesha that got banned out. That Ganesha was doing so much work. So now it's like, just go with what works. You guys just stall out early, you stall out mid, you get to late game, and then you start putting that pressure on as much as you can to get this game going. Dino out here.
Dino's doing the work.
Putting up the memes.
That's so great. That's so great.
That's
I
it's beautiful.
That's beautiful, bro. It's even the bright Kepri. That's what the
Oh
best
my!
part.
The best part of that whole thing. Kepri's life at that point. Kepri's a lifestyle.
Kepri is a lifestyle.
Seems we are now. Yep, we're loaded into the game now. Finally getting everybody's getting their starting items. Products up. And before I say that, pause comes out.
Yeah, we get that. It's because they want the splash screen again. That's what they're saying. They just want
Yeah,
more
they
splash screen time.
back up to the slash.
They want more splash screen.
uh so welcome to the Reap Smite League, where we have splash screens of Kepris. It was just an feels like it was an issue on the count of the jungler of iFeed, so they're just waiting him out, let him load in again. And we're back.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
We are in this one. I mean, we'll definitely see we do. Of course, we see Cerberus in the solo lane and supposed to. I know there was a discussion about whether or not you would go support, but I feel like once Kepri goes down,
Yeah.
you only have one place to go. I mean, he has some good clear. Kepri could go in solo. I'm just saying.
Kepri solo. At
Kepri
that
solo.
point, right 10 Master Kepri you playing that you coming into a solo lane just not caring at
Bro,
all.
you gotta kill him twice. You gotta kill him twice. It's not enough to kill him once. Big Kepri energy means that you get to go in there a second time.
Exactly.
Bro, he don't care. Plus, you leave him alone for too long,
Nope.
he's gonna start stacking up shields.
Yeah. And then you think you're low, you think you get away with him? Nah. Dive in, ult himself. You're not escaping.
Dives in, hits you with his rising dawn, you die a DOT, and he still lives. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now look at that. Rising dawn, putting down that damage.
Yeah, putting down that tick. Let's go.
He's at full health and then some because of his shield. Telling you, Terra taking a lot of poke, not really caring at all about that rising dawn. I'm letting you know, man. That's tough.
No.
Ooh, nice use of the root there. They will be securing their own red buff here, which is good. It's a good start.
Yes.
Good timing as well. Now we're going in for the same type of route, but ooh, unfortunate that they weren't able to turn that one around. I'm not sure if Kepri has his dash quite yet.
He probably hasn't put a point to that ability yet, but they are low on the side of iFeed in that dual lane. They're going to want to play a little bit more safer than they were doing previous.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Bakasura not really known for doing that many ganks pre-level 5, but still can go in there and basically be like, chomp, true damage.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a good feeling. Now we do on the solo lane, however, Cerberus not looking too good here against this against the Nike here. Not feeling too good.
A little bit too much poke. Speaking about the service, seems like he's rushing a breastplate of valor. How do you feel about that going to a Nike?
I don't know. Like with Cerberus, it's weird. Cerberus solo, you should be surviving most things anyway. So I think a hybrid item would probably be better because you already have high protections and things like that. So you want to be able to put at least some pain down there to dissuade that service. Now, we will see questionable plays steal away a purple buff from iFeed, so that's not too good there.
No, it's just the pressure of the Kepri.
And pressure to Kepri and the Calder. I mean, Scotty, no, talking about that, Terra's been able to get some really good monoliths into her force of nature to get those nice roots down, put some good DOT damage, basically saying, Kepri, you're not the only one that can do damage over time. I can do it. I'm part of that club.
Exactly. Gotta get some of that aggression going back to them, considering that they already lost their void and they're already hurting a little bit more. Try to get them out of the way. Terra's just gonna sit back and heal as we look into the mid lane. Regular mid stuff. Just clearing minions, then going back to farm.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Nuwa really waiting for that forward button to come up.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's coming up right now. I mean, now talking about 4 buttons, Siggy Torment does come out, but no one really to pull that Nike. Nike's gonna come back in, and she looking for a little bit of aggression. Cerberus is gonna chomp down, heal up, gonna start putting down that ghastly breath in order to bring down that health, and a nice paralyzing spit following up. And there's not really much that Nike can do here. She's just gonna have to stand back because you're in that dangerous territory right there. Half health. Not feeling too hot.
Half health, no ults. She's gonna try and sustain with the pods that she has and the health chalice. That's why she's sitting there still trying to get her health back.
And she definitely doesn't want to do that next to Cerberus and give him health.
No. Not at all.
That passive, the spirit of death coming out of Cerberus, definitely going to be doing some work in that solo lane.
Yes, this is the one bad thing about going full sustain against the Cerberus is that you cannot box, he will heal.
No, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, another purple buff going down in favor of questionable plays and depriving iFeed of another thing to feed on.
Did you say, oh wait, so you could set up that pun?
No, I actually have a better pun now that I said that one. And I was gonna say, I feed more like we feed. We're thinking of Marxism here in this questionable play.
Dookie, come back.
I'm just saying. How can they call themselves iFeed and not grab Bakasura?
That is the real questionable play right there.
Oh, now you're gonna hit me back and then really come at me when I do it? Yo, he's gonna ult for the whole power play right there. Kraken comes out. Now we see Achilles in a bad situation as Bakasura has dropped his ult. He's gonna eat his own minion saying, hey, you came out, you're coming right back in. But don't worry, all 4 players of iFeed are on this aggression. And Fatal Strike comes out, does not connect, a little bit out of range. Fire Shards did come down, not enough damage, however. And that will be a disengage.
That will be. 4 ults popped in that team fight right there. Just for a little engage.
If you're questionable plays, you're feeling pretty good. You're like, dang, they dropped how many ults to do what? We dropped 2? And Bakasura needs time to set up anyway? It'll be alright.
Yeah. Kepri putting in that poke on that new
Imagine if he was in solo lane. Nike would be dead.
He wouldn't be pressured because he can just
Ooh, Terra not able to connect there with the crushing earth. Terra now in a little bit of a bad situation. Gonna have to use Force of Nature to get out of there. Now we're looking at a little bit of Shield of Achilles does go on that server. Cerberus is gonna sticky and torment them into the tower. Gonna go ahead and leap out. Bakasura is here to relieve some of that pressure. Nike and Achilles are gonna have to back up a little bit. gonna have to give up that early aggression. The totem not
The
touched.
totem sits patiently to be taken, and they try to go too deep on that Cerberus, but nope. That Cerberus said, "I could just ult and get away."
Yeah, you can ult and leap. I mean, what a better
Ult and
disengage than
leap.
that? Now, I did hear that this league really likes their totem. So, what do you feel about the fact that now Nike's doing the totem and didn't just start that right away after knowing that server is back?
Uh, it's because you gotta time your totem takes. This is a process that you must learn over your course of the Reap Smite League. You just gotta know when to take those totems.
Gotta know when to play them and when to fold them, type of thing.
Exactly. Nothing more, nothing less. That's the first lesson when you come in here.
That's the first lesson Reaps My League. You heard it here first. When to make sure to take that totem.
Exactly.
We do see a little bit of a grouping up here. Rising Dawn and this title surge will be knocking down that wave in short order. Manua always has extra minions. I'm just saying, like she got extra minions.
Never take out a wave without adding 2 minions into it.
After the wave is done being like, hey, let's stall this out. But don't worry. Bakasur has more easy targets. Can't stun me if your minions are in my tummy.
No.
Oh no. So now we do see Scotty taking this tower early on, and that is not something you want to see against that. But Achilles is there for a little bit of a gank. Not able. Scotty with no mana, gonna go ahead and drop the ult from Medusa. That's a series of basics that just say, hey, they're basically heat-seeking missiles, and Scotty will go down for that aggressive play onto the tower. But what do you think about that trade there? Life for the tower.
You know what? I don't mind it. You're already a level head on the Medusa. Just get your pressure going. Medusa's gonna have to back right now. She doesn't have mana or anything to kind of counter aggress that. So you know what? I got the tower. It's worth.
Hey man, towers don't come back. Lives do in this game.
Yes.
We did see another 3-man grouping here in the mid lane. Poseidon barely any mana. Is gonna stick around. Achilles might be looking for a red buff invade, but Cerberus getting pushed into tower. He's not feeling too good, but don't worry, he is pretty safe with his soul explosion leap. And he's gonna just sit in tower again. And we do see Quispy Wolf coming back around, and I hate that I have to say that name. Just want to put that one out there. Quispy, I mean, come on, man. You're basically setting yourself up for Agni puns. When you die, you got barbecued. Easy.
You see, he got fried to a crisp with those ults.
If he's not playing Fenrir, what's he doing? Gotta make the pun live. Gotta make the pun live. It's just hard to make puns when there's a terror on the field because they're all terrible.
Oh God.
Oh God.
God.
That was a new one. In the casting desk is only me. Jay has sadly passed away. Kepri is not there to bring him back to life. I am executing I'm executing these fatal strikes of puns.
I'm gonna go subscribe to Kepri Life and then just move on.
These puns really do be cracking.
Oh.
Let's Spooky know that his throne is gone.
Oh God.
So we do
no,
see
you
some
want to take
aggression
over?
onto this Medusa. Medusa's gonna ult in response, but Beads does come out of Scotty. Scotty did drop the Winter's Grass, and that grass will be one of death, a la Persephone. Now we talking about another grass. Kepri is gonna pull back Morgan Price here. Morgan Price gonna have to pop ultimate, but that does not save him from a Kraken. And Fatal Strike is only gonna be used to get him out of that situation. And there's 4 men onto this tower. And that. Now we're seeing questionable play saying, hey, we're gonna play around this Medusa, man. We got beads. No F dot. You ain't got beads meme today.
With all of that, they're just gonna rotate onto the Ghost Fury. They didn't even like already took out the Medusa. The Medusa's gonna have to run back, and she's just not gonna be able to.
I knew knowing that she ain't really gonna do much over there is gonna go ahead and solo farm. And I mean that's a good call. You know, you want to solo farm if you know you're not really gonna be doing much in that lane. Plus, she always has ultimate if there is gonna be a team fight brewing and some extra damage needs to be brought down. But right now, honestly, she is not. She doesn't. I don't think she has enough items online, and she's not leveled up enough that the new ult is gonna be doing too much.
Yes, that is true. Also, she doesn't have the signature Nuwa item of Soul Gem. Where is thou Soul Gem?
Where's Dow Soul Gem? Where's Dow Divine Ruin? I know there's not a lot of healing, but like Divine Ruin just means that it's just annoying. Like you're just wondering where you get that divine proc. But now talking about being annoying, Kepri pulling him in, Kraken coming out. The ultimate did come out of bargain price. The shell will be popped, but don't worry, Crispy Roof is going for something. But the execute is gonna make sure that he does not come back alive from that Kepri ult. And that's just unfortunate. Not enough damage to bring down Terra fast enough. Now Terra going in for some more aggression. Beads had to be popped from the Poseidon, but that leaves him open to a Nike leap. Nice Kepri pull does save the Poseidon from the Nike, but not from the shield of Achilles as he is brought down. And now we're looking at a 3-3 playing field. Oh wait, there's more aggression here in the mid lane as Terra does connect with that one. Stygian Torment does not do much. And we're still looking for a little bit of aggression onto this Kepri. They're going to have to disengage. We got some more aggression into the left side. Achilles going to go ahead and get a delayed double kill as he does bring down the Scotty. Scotty overextended. So yeah, 4-3 in kills. How do you feel about that?
4-3. Yeah, because iFeed was just they got something out of it. I mean, like, I still give it a questionable plays. You might have got one less than the other, but you did take out a tier 2 tower with that as well, meaning that now that whole entire dual lane is already taken out. You're probably gonna want to see either Scotty rotating more to these team fights now instead of just getting caught out alone. And she's level 14, so she could do a good amount of damage, especially try and get her rage online.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to give credit here to Shadow Demon on the Achilles. That was some great rotating. Like,
yes,
rotated back in, was able to get the Fatal Strike. Like, that was a delay. Like, he was definitely the MVP of that team fight.
Yes, very much so. Put a lot of damage just with that Hydra's getting that proc going, getting that one basic and everything.
Now that's a Stygian Torment gonna go ahead and not be able to pull bargain price, but enough of the Kraken was able to connect to bring down Terra. And now Cerberus is gonna go ahead and Soul Explosion in. We do have Bakasura wrapping around. Now Shadow Demon's gonna have to go to the Shadow Realm as he takes it back to the fountain. A la Bakasura. And Scotty picking up a solo kill on the Medusa. Nice paralyzing spit will make sure that Nike takes quite a bit of damage from the Whirlpool. And they're looking at this tower. Soul Explosion going in. The root did come in. Nuwa's going to have the ult out. And that tier 1 is going to go down in favor of questionable plays. They're going to go ahead and disengage here as Scotty is still in the left lane, mostly unbothered, clearly not worried about a Medusa. As he was able to pick up that solo kill. Oh no. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
Okay.
No, okay.
Okay.
No, Kepri was there. Kepri life.
I don't know, but I was just thinking how rude that would have been to just show up, kill Nuwa in the back XP, and
Yes.
take back XP. That's just
Yes.
that's demoralizing.
So this is way different than game one. Game one, it was iFeed's game. They were putting on the aggression, but now it's turned to questionable plays. Questionable plays is having all the momentum.
Oof. I just want to say, uh, using both of your relics on a Bakasura
Yeah.
who didn't ult. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could have hit 4, dude. Like, get some value. Get some value. Think about this like Walmart, man. Roll back on the relics and go in for the ults. I'm just saying. Now we get Soul Explosion onto the Nike, and then Nike's gonna leap out of a sticky and Torment says, "Hey, you know what? I don't want to go back to Fountain, man. I'm gonna stay at my full health, make you waste that ultimate."
So after all that, oh my, there's more fighting.
There is more fighting. This is an arena match, but hey, you know what? Don't worry, not that much fighting. Let's what were you saying, Jay? Before they interrupted you.
So before the Terra decided to really interrupt me, I was about to ask you about this Bakasura build that's going on right now as a fight breaks out in the Dership.
Alright, so we do get a little bit of a fight. Fire Shard already came out. Terra Ultimate is out. Crispy Roof is trying to make sure that he's not burnt to a quisp. But don't worry, it's not about being burnt to a quisp. As Combat Dodge will connect, bring that down. A massive Kraken brings down 2. Doesn't kill them, but brings them down low. But don't worry, we got a full health Terra in the middle of this. Sticky and Torment not going to bring her down because she had Monolith up. Her passive prevents her from being knocked up. And Sticky and Torment connects with nobody. And they're able to disengage from that fight relatively well. Going back to your well-delivered question about the Bakasura build, before I get rudely interrupted by another fight breaking out, Terra gonna go ahead and root, and Shadow Demon's gonna have to make that quick retreat, gonna blink out. Soul Explosion, he did that going in, so if only somebody was in better position there, I'm not sure if they could have been, but Soul Explosion in is a risky move, because that is your only way of getting out of a bad situation as Cerberus. So back to your question.
Okay.
Bakasura build. It's nice. It's good. Serrated Edge can work on Bakasura if you're able to actually find. You gotta be very careful on where you're fighting. But because there's a new Wa, it does mean that you can eat a minion at any time. As we do see Winter's Grafts come out onto the Nike. Nike's gonna go ahead and take this 1v1, but she doesn't look like she's winning. So Shadow Demon's going to come here and throw out a Shield of Achilles. Now we're going to jump in. Nike does not have ultimate, so it's a little bit dangerous. Now, Combat Dodge did go in. Execute, not going to connect. Bakasura's going to go ahead and regurgitate all of his minions. Going to get that kill. But now Terra and Nuwa were able to make that rotation. Nuwa ultimate is down, so she's not able to go ahead and secure that kill. But Bakasura will secure the kill onto the Nike. Now it's a 3v2. As Terra's trying to find a way out, gonna go ahead and root the Cerberus, trying to get out. Bakasura's gonna pick up another kill onto the new Wa. Now Cerberus is gonna leap in. Kepri Life is gonna go ahead and go with that Rising Dawn. But Cerberus is gonna make sure with Ghastly Breath that Terra is gonna be knocked out of that fight. And the only one left alive on the side of iFeed is that Medusa, as he was able to push out on that left lane.
They have been fighting for 12 minutes so far. And it finally goes the way of questionable feeds, finally taking out 4. Probably going to look for this Pyromancer. Or maybe not. Maybe they decide to just clear out the lanes instead. Or, nope, back again. They're back to the Pyromancer.
Back to the Pyromancer. They actually secured a Pyromancer, and they're able to secure the Fury as well at the same time. And that's questionable plays is finding all the right answers.
Yes, they are. They are
I'm not even
not
sure if they're asking questions at this point.
No,
I think they're just doing the plays part.
they're just doing the place where they are going the opposite of their own team identity. What is this?
I mean, definitely questionable plays are running the tempo of this game so far. And considering that was an Oni Fury, the tempo is even more into their favor. Now, here, if I am iFeed, I am saying I need to stall this game. I need to stall this game while we kind of pick up momentum back again. And the only problem with that is that Bakasura scales way better than an Achilles late game. Now,
Yeah,
Nike scales slightly better than a Cerberus, and Nuance scales a little bit better than a Poseidon. But man, Nuance to a Kepri cannot feel too good.
definitely does not. You still going with the fighting approach though.
And we still are going for a fight. Terra Ultimate was popped. We are seeing some aggression here in that backline, but Achilles will be burnt down easily. And Bakasura was able to wrap around, and he's going in munch, munch, munch. Kraken will also munch down some damage. And Medusa is the only one basically in good health and able to put down some damage as Terra is left alone and brought down. And Bakasura is going to go ahead and devour one more god and add it to his kill score as he sits there 7-2-2.
The DSI going the way, and they're just gonna feast on these Phoenixes right now.
You might as well feast on the Titan, as I think they're going to go for the end call here. And they got the damage. They got the damage. Look at that. It's gone. That Titan does not exist, and that's just unfortunate there for iFeed that it turned out to be a DSI. Definitely, if there was not a DSI, they could have at least prevented maybe that from being the end of the game and probably drawn it out a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's because wow, questionable plays. What a turnaround from game 1 to game 2. You just took on the offense and you let it roll throughout the entire game. Like you just so much different and off of one game. Just so the way they played this game 2 was insane.
I mean, this is kind of I did catch some of the commentary from game 1, and it's like what you said. Kills don't just win games. It's kills transition into objectives and pressure. And questionable plays did not just get early kills. They got early towers. They got early gold. They got everything. Every kill that they had was transitioned into a very tangible and real objective. Even small things like buffs. That is what propels you into a lead into that late game.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're going into an interview with the support of questionable plays, GA Surf.
I'm excited.
There we go.
Hey, Sarah, how you doing? You feeling good?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, we're glad you're here. I mean, we would be glad if anybody was here for the interview, but we're glad that you're here too, because you're a Kepri god. You are our Kepri idol. And,
you have started a trend, sir.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I really have a question, and I'm just gonna start off. How does it feel to walk around knowing that your center of gravity is like really on the bottom belt there? Because logging in a Kepri after you see an Achilles, what was the comms like for that?
Well, to be absolutely honest, I will give respect to the jungle of the opposing team, because we did some research and saw that Achilles is one of their solid picks, and my captain really likes me on Achilles because of that aggression. We're not going to talk about that total slip up in game 1. No. But when we looked into the team comp for game 2, we really wanted to play something more safe, and I've been spending a lot of time on Kepri lately. And from there, I mean, even if they have an Achilles, as far as I would say, as long as I'll body block the ult to keep him, from executing my teammate, I mean, he's only going to get one shot on there. So I mean, as long as unfortunately, Baka did eat that execute.
Yeah, he did. But don't worry, he ate seven of your opponents. So I feel like it all ends well that is well.
So,
But yeah,
uh,
it's Khepri's actually, to be absolutely honest, Khepri is one of my favorite guardians, and I don't really get to play him enough. But in all honesty, I mean, a lot of our dynamic is really aggressive. Our Ganesh in solo, we wanted to more stall out so we could have harder pressure in mid and duo for that game. And I'm not gonna lie, that Kukulin, oh man.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
definitely.
that could call this so much for game one. But speaking about game one, you guys just had such a turnaround between those two games. Game one, you guys were kind of behind, kind of getting a little bit like bleeding from that early game, mid game, but turning around late off of some good plays by your Ganesha and your Kuko Khan. But this game too, you guys just rolled with your aggression and just kept the gas on the kept the pedal on the gas per se. So like what was like what was the plan, the mindset going into that game two from that game one?
Well, in game one, as I said, we had that really bad slip up and it set us behind, and we talked it over in chat, and we pushed to consolidate and focus our forces where we'd try to keep our opponent visible. And Sinister was doing a lot of his split pushing, which was nice. A major pickup that I think turned that around for us was Emperor's Armor, because we could sit in tower, and the enhanced fire rate and reduced fire rates of the towers and objectives really did come in handy because we didn't always need him there to secure those objectives. And pretty much our goal was to, I guess, we transitioned from our initial play style of being really, really aggressive to a more attrition based. And with that, we wanted to try and keep pressure on the opponent, but still stay as safe as we could at the same time.
Yeah, I want to say, I just want to put this one out there. Emperor's Armor OP, and honestly, for what you're paying for, that thing is so. Emperor's Armor is just, because the thing is, Emperor's Armor is insidious. Like, you as an opponent are not expecting somebody to grab Emperor's Armor, and then you're like, oh, I'm safe on their tower, we're all okay. And then all of a sudden your tower's like, pew, 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 and you're just like, what's going on?
I will agree with you. Nobody, I preach it pretty religiously that nobody is ever prepared to deal with an opposition building Emperor's Armor, just because of the fact, oh, you're sieging them, and you're like, oh god, that tower, that hurts. Or they're coming in on you, and it's like, my tower's not doing anything.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, last question from me, per se. Did you expect Bakasura to pop off that hard? Like, in terms of his kill participation, his ability to really, like, get in there and pick those targets and not really suffer too much in response? Do you expect that? When you drafted him, was that the thought process?
Well, to be absolutely honest, we hadn't done any Bakasura play in our practices, and we were more or less like, when we were looking through the picks and bans, we were originally going to go with a Mulan jungle. We were going to throw in an extra kind of a half tank in so we could kind of have someone float in the front line and back line as needed. And when we realized that Bakasura wasn't banned, we're like, okay, well, we'll go with that.
And it definitely worked out for you.
We figured, I mean, at least if he's not, like, if he's staying right around where they are, like if he's not popping off, at least he can slip in and invade and steal buffs, deny buffs to the enemy team. I mean, even on like the Oracle Harpies, if he eats one of them, then the enemy team doesn't get the vision either. So as far as we saw it, we could use him to more or less disrupt the enemy team at minimum and snowball at max.
Yeah, that's definitely fair.
Yeah, definitely true. So my question I answered, Lucio, you good as well?
I think I'm all good. I mean, Seraph, if you have something you want to call, if you have some people you want to call out or anything like that, I think this is your platform right now. Or if you just want to say your team's garbage, I mean, that's okay too. We respect BM here in this league too, just to
No,
a degree.
not. Quite the contrary. I do want to wish 100% a GG to iFeed. That was a really, really killer set. It really was. We I'm gonna be absolutely honest. We were sweating in that first match. They really did have us kind of on the back step, and we were doing our best to consolidate, and it was not an easy turnabout. So I really do want to wish them all a good game and tell them, hey, y'all did really good. And as for, I really do want to give a mad shout out to Hernandez on his Ganesh for going full ninja mode and slipping in and stealing that fire giant. Like that was a killer play, and I really think he deserves all kinds of mad props for that.
Oh, yeah, that definitely.
Yeah,
That's making it into the top 5. I'm telling you. I'm the one that makes those. That's making it.
bro, come on, man, you're spoiling it, Jay. You're spoiling
Boy.
it. You gotta let them. You gotta build up the suspense. They don't know. But
Gotta
no,
let them think. Gotta let them think.
I will say honestly, GG's on both parts. Like you got both teams played really, really well, and you guys made it a very exciting set. And congratulations to your team on the victory. And I know definitely that at the very least, iFeed will be back with a vengeance in terms of making sure that this doesn't happen again. They're gonna be the ones 2-0ing now.
Well, regardless of what happens, I mean, we're all of us here in Questionable Plays. We're always just looking really to have a good match, a good time. So I mean, hey, if they come back and they win, I'll still shake their hand at the end of it. I'll still wish them GG because they're quite the team.
Yeah, they are.
Sportsmanship. That's what I like to see in this league that I hold.
Definitely good games on everybody's part.
So okay, well, that's a good night to everybody. Oh, proper sign off. Dino is yelling at me. He is the director, so I must abide to it. So, this is a sign off from me and Lucio over here. This was the last game of week 2. So now, next time you see us, we will be in week 3 of the Smite League. So, good night, everybody.